Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
The Hurricanes head coach told me before the game he is taking a 1-0 approach. Even though this team is on a 5-game winning streak and they have an unranked opponent coming into town today, he said all we have to do is keep going 1-0 all year long. If we keep a week-by-week focus, we'll look up and be in the college football playoff. That was his message to the team before this game. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. And here's the return. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. So Miami's offense will have the first crack at it in this one. Boy, you can go down the list of classic endings in this series, and last year we had one with the Canes pulling it out.
And Miami was the one who got to celebrate because they eked it out, they got the close win, and more importantly, Palmer, they got to brag for a year about beating their in-state rival, Florida State.
They're hoping they can do that for another year, and they know that this is going to be another dogfight. This is simply one of those games at the start of the year. Miami, Florida State, you know someone's winning, but it's not going to be by a lot of points. Miami's hoping they can make it 2 in a row. How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Looking for room at the... Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Hurricane. He would not be denied.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
And he puts through the extra point. Coming out with it, it's Singleton. He stopped right there after a short return, was looking for running room, and the coverage unit wasn't having it. The Seminoles offense takes the field for the first time in this game. There's the dangerous Deuce Robinson, and you get the idea that he'll be keeping an eye on the kind of day his counterpart is having for their offense.
And I'm just telling you, being around Jesse Palmer all week, these two schools, he wouldn't mind playing for these schools because they develop the wide receiver position year in and year out. They find guys with athletic ability.
He's going to take a shot right away. He's got it down the field. Out of trouble just like that from deep in his own end into plus territory. They mark it at the 49.
Well, I'll tell you, there are a lot of coordinators out there that would want to set up the shot, especially on the first play of the drive, maybe run the ball, and then a few plays later go play action, make it look the same before shooting it downfield. They just did it right away on first down, first play of the drive. If you get the matchup, take the shot. That's exactly what happened. Nice job.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Right back to him on the ground. And we've been waiting to see the spin move, and so too had the defense. They were ready for it. They started this drive with a big play, but now they need a conversion to keep it alive on third down. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the Oak. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Jukes his way for more, and he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. The Noles can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. Gets it out quickly. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. And the Noles will snap it on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll run play action. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Unleashes one. Soft spot in the middle. There was tight coverage, but a perfect throw and catch, and they've got it at the 9, 1st and goal. And the Seminoles, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. On the option. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Pulled down for the tackle. Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Looking for a man. It's Daniels. Under fire. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State. Makes the grab right along the back of the end zone. Extra point here will tie the game.
And a lot of times when you get down here in the red zone, man, it's players, not plays. Finding your individual matchups that you feel very confident in. And I'm not surprised they went to their go-to wide receiver. And I'm also not surprised that he won on the outside and got the touchdown.
They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Looking for room, it's Fletcher. Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Mensah. It's complete on the right side. Still running at the 40. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man, they've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
The moments, the big plays in rivalry games like this one etched in your memories, and here are some that I'm sure will bring back some warm and some heartbreaking memories. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. When you think of the significance of these two programs in the history of college football, remarkable that they've only been playing since 1951.
It's crazy because there's so many games you can pull out of your brain, Reese, and I'm sure because you were born then when this rivalry started, that so many games that were so important, they had such big implications, Jesse.
Yeah, it seems like over the course of 3 decades, right? The 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, every time these two teams played, Miami and Florida State, we were talking about how it would impact back the national championship picture, this really has been one of the better rivalries in the sport, even though it's really not that old.
Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Miami! All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all offseason to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Thrust that arm out. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give out of the gun. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping him up, getting him on the ground. Take away that run game. Make him one-dimensional, put him in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
The Seminoles will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the punt will hit at the 1, just a little too far for them to be able to down it. It'll be a touchback and come out to the 20. The Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Running inside, it's Fletcher. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the offense was going to be able to dig themselves out of this hole, but on 2nd in California, they dial up the running play, now setting up 3rd and short.
Quarterback may change this route. Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. Makes the catch. Still on his feet at the 45. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. The Canes come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. And he'll skip his way out of bounds after a short gain, making sure he doesn't take any unnecessary punishment.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
The run inside. It's Fletcher. Headed to the end zone. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
They're going to keep feeding this guy the football, guys. Over 100 yards rushing with that last carry now. We knew coming into this game today, they had to get the running game going. They had to be able to turn around.
Looking for the end zone. And he's in. Touchdown, Canes.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Seminoles offense comes out ready to get this drive started. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like
Oh, he's got some space. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Looks as if there is a Seminole still down on the field. That is the senior running back who's slow to get up. Holly will keep an eye on things on the sideline for us. That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Pulls it in. It's Riles. It's a fumble. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. They knocked him down after the takeaway, and a big play for this defense.
How about this defense? Great job by the defense, forcing the turnover. You already got a lead. Now you get the ball right back to your offense right before the half. Big-time momentum swing.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Gets it out fast. Gets away from one. He's got space. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. Down to the 26-yard line and a first down. Using his legs, it's Fletcher. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. They get to him as he throws. Tight end finds a soft spot. Touchdown, Hurricane! And they take it in for 6 more points. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Carter. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. Only a short gain on that run. Defense played it well. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Trying play action. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
the defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, an offense are hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gents, the cream is rising to the top here 7 weeks in. Let's take a look at today's action. We start with a look at Utah taking on the Colorado Buffaloes.
And the Canes will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive. One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too. And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense.
Snagged it, and there's running room. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. The Seminoles will line it up on 1st and 10. Off the RPO, complete. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets them up at the 26 with the first down. And the Seminoles racing to the line in a hurry up.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Firing to the right, complete. He does not get there. Stopped at the 25-yard line, and let's see what they do now on 4th down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. Dead center perfect. That cuts the lead down to 28-10.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Checking in from the Miami sideline. Guys, I can feel the energy here and the chemistry between this quarterback and his star wide receiver. He's already got 100 yards receiving in this game, and the way they're talking on the sideline here, they want to keep that going. I think you're going to see him continue to get some downfield targets from his QB here in this game. I'll keep you posted.
Okay, Holly. Motion from the wide receiver. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Pringle. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And
he'll loft one deep down the left side. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away. And the Hurricanes will line up to punt it away. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Florida State comes out ready to put something together on this drive. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you just simply got to make it.
Trying to impose their will with the run. It's a fumble on the play. Sometimes the ball just bounces your way, and the offense very lucky to keep possession on that one. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf.
And we were talking about it at half, guys. Like, how are they going to crack this puzzle, right? This defense so elite in the first half. Second half, they come out. They're trying to throw the football, man. I just don't know where the weaknesses are. They're going to have to keep working and keep trying to...
Breaks free. He's at the 10. Into the house. Touchdown, Florida State.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Getting set for the point after. And they make the extra point to draw closer. It's 28-17. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal with a scintillating 52-yard jaunt to the house. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Holly Rowe has an update.
Checking in from the Miami sideline. There is so much energy down here on the sideline. This running back has been on fire. They expected a big performance from him today, and he has delivered, just going over 100 yards already in this game. I expect them to continue to feed him the ball. I'll keep you posted from down here on the sidelines. Guys, back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Wide receiver going in motion. Darian Mensah from the gun on 3rd down. Zings it complete to the right. Oh, the sweet spin, and he's free. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. With that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
The Hurricanes getting set on 1st and 10. Running inside, it's Fletcher. Got a little grass. He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9.
And man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense, because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards, and good things are happening.
Quarterback floating away from pressure. Step into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Paul.
I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back. These guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on that.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the 3rd. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Daniels. Pressure coming. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He's not afraid to go deep. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield, they couldn't hook up.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because You're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Now the play fake. Good timing on the quick out. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. New set of downs after the completion. Throwing, Mensah. Here's the pressure. That one falls out of bounds, incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
The run inside. It's Fletcher. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Makes the grab. Hits him with a stiff arm. He stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. And the Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Quick completion on the out route. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. So that penalty will wipe away some strong red zone execution and take the score off the board. A costly holding penalty backs him up. It's 1st and 20. Looking to throw. Rushes on him. And down he goes.
They're going to need more of that. They're down multiple possessions today. They need to create negative plays. They need to make plays behind the line of scrimmage. And finally, they come away with their first sack.
After the sack, they have their work cut out for them. Basically, they have to get it to the other side of town. Pocket breaking down. It's complete to the right. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Mensah to throw. And he can't grab the bullet pass on 3rd down. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. Visualizing the right ball flight from 39 yards out in the right hash. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And that will extend their lead even further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the...
There he goes! Makes it past the marker. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Throws to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch. The Seminoles in the hurry-up.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
And that is the exact opposite what this defense wants. When you have the lead, you can't give up an explosive play or back to...
Makes a grab and room to run. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Pulls it on the option. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown Seminoles! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And this offense showing off a little diversity, right? Like being able to run that option a different way, get a receiver that can catch the ball on the pitch, confuse the defense enough to create enough opportunity for the QB to keep it and punch it in the end zone.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Let's go down to the sideline and Holly Rowe.
Checking in from the Miami sideline. This is so fun to watch these guys hype up their wide receiver. Every time they come off the field, there is yet another celebration. He has been an incredible downfield target, over 160 yards receiving, and he continues to eat. The quarterback keeps telling him, hey, you're my guy. I'm looking for you every play. They are feeding off of his energy here today. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They feed him again. Little too soft in that run defense. He picks up 4 to the 32. FSU calling its 2nd timeout. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Mensah. Here comes the heat. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. Florida State calls its 3rd and final timeout. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Converts on 4th down, still going. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. The Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. First down for this offense. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. With the game in hand, the offense choosing to just have the quarterback take a knee. It'll be 3rd and long. Goes to the knee, and that will wrap it up, and their magical season continues. A rivalry defined by wide rights, wide lefts, mascot arrest went right down the middle, and a well-earned victory for the Miami Hurricanes. That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.